Okay. All right. So, all right. All right. So again, with the worship, okay. So again, let's go ahead and look. Now, this is going to be part 3 of um, Psalms 82 through 86. I think we're in now. Um, and I just want to read it in the King James as well, real quick. It says, "Bow down thine ear." So again, also this energy of this is a prayer. It says prayer of David. Bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me, for I am poor and needy. Okay. Preserve my soul, for I am holy. O thou art my God, save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Rejoice the soul of the servant, for unto thee, O Lord, do I lift my voice. For thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive, and plenteous in mercy unto all them that call upon thee. Give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend to the voice of my supplication, for thou wilt answer me. Among the gods with a little g, there is none like unto thee, O Lord, neither are there any works like unto thy works. All nations whom thou hast made shall come and worship before thee, O Lord, and shall glorify thy name. Okay? For thou art great and doest wondrous things. Thou art God alone. Teach me the way, O Lord. I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name. I will praise thee, O Lord my God, with all my heart, and I will glorify thy name forevermore. Okay? For great is thy mercy towards me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. O God, the proud are risen against me, and the assemblies of violent men have sought after my soul, and I have not set thee before them. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion and grace and long suffering and plenteous in mercy and truth. O turn unto me and have mercy unto me. Give thy strength unto thy servant, and save the son of thine handmaid. Okay, shew me a token for good, and thy which hate me may see it and be ashamed, because thou, Lord, hast holpen me and comforted me. So again, okay, all right. So in this instance right here, this just clarifies something to me, that when it comes to um, the divine masculine energy here, oh, this one is trying to put it there, huh? So okay, all right. So that's the thing. Okay. So there are, uh, and by design, I think I should say, okay. So being a seer and seeing clearly, we see also that this emperor has two entities next to them. The same thing with the woman that just had the two lions next to her. So if we're looking at this as gods and goddesses are sons of descendants of God, or that mighty God, Almighty. I see it different ways here, and I see also two two energies, right? But I'm also sensing the angel and the angel and the devil in a sense, right? But looking at that from a, again, life giver, wisdom, ruach type of energy, dealing with sons, or even Eve or Lilith energy, mother, or a mother of all the gods, you know, when we're talking about folklore or mythology, you know, and seeing as though matriarchal societies were set up, but patriarchal societies had taken over and advanced and are in power somewhat today. But I feel like also that has to do with the mounting and pairing of a divine masculine and feminine. But again, the divine feminine aspect of it is usually put under. That whole is bringing me back to the whole didn't want to bow down to. And so that's how somebody became Lucifer, right? Are we talking about Lilith, or like a female energy that became Lucy or Lucifer? A divine masculine and feminine, because again, you have both there, I feel. So, okay, right? So again, in my eyes, what I see in my eye, right, is that this energy is coming to me, right? I hear a voice crying or speaking from the earth, but I also have an energy of someone crying from possibly the earth or even the heavens in a sense, right? That is saying that same thing, but also there's an option or a fork in the road, almost like that second stick, almost even. I don't know why I just thought of that, but that is leading to this, where I said it feels like there is something here. Okay, when we're talking about someone being deep in trouble, where I feel like that energy is being projected on me because of the fact that, again, society, okay, or United Kingdoms have decided. I'm not saying a United Kingdom. Hear what I said? Kingdoms, whether it's including all of them or not. When we think about, I'm wondering about G7 even, right? Have come together and decided to go against that energy, right? We'll just fair use. This is just for entertainment purposes only, supposedly, right? So I'm just saying that energy. We're not saying it. We're saying the energy of it, right? Because again, there was a shift there. There was a voice that had spoken out even for me, now that I remember when that happened, as to what's really going on. But again, people act like they don't hear me. Okay? But I see that they do, but they then act as though they don't. And they could be anybody you want to think it is. All right? Because we're just talking about energy and frequency here, not the actual perception of what we're perceiving and what we're given. So I have been feeling fine and feeling protected by Source. It's funny because yesterday, while sitting outside early in the morning, probably around this time, in a family, because I found some unmarked effigy mounds with seem to be black hawks or some type of birds nearby, right? And then when I looked up, it kind of had me feeling some kind of way. I saw 2 Black Hawks, then 3, and then like 12 babies, and you know, large adults, males, female. They all started swarming in a circle. I'm asking for a sign, and here they go. They're just and I just couldn't help but just look the whole time they were there. And then they all started to kind of trickle off, and then 2 stayed and just started to go around and around. And these were Black Hawks, and we're again talking about the prophecy of Black Hawk. Again, that supposedly happened in a particular place at a particular time, and it's supposed to happen 100 years later in that exact spot. So for me, that's confirmation. That's what I'm talking about currency, frequency, energy, and in a sense of knowing that nature that natural. Okay, but those birds can also be, again, birds of prey, or they can be also preyed on, right? Okay. Um, a soul sibling put up a video yesterday about birds of prey, and about I think he put up all the birds for different countries, or yeah, different countries, and it just so happened, I don't know if it was Poland or I can't remember what it was, the Americas, okay, America and Poland, right? That had the birds of prey, but he pointed out the fact that those were the only two that only had the image of the head, and it almost, to me, made it seem like a target, uh, a targeting type of energy at the dome, the Capitol, where the cornerstone had been cut off, is what I'm thinking. And also the body has changed, as if we're talking about changing from again, a religious aspect from one to another. And I'm seeing the moon here, and it's just an energy. It's an energy, and I'm wondering what we're really talking about here. What has been done low key, right? Okay. So again, I don't know why I'm thinking Malcolm X right now. But also, I don't know, like a dragon, or energy. Okay. All right. So again, let's read this one more time, because we're scrying. We're trying to see what we're reading through the lines. We're trying to see what is really talking about here. So again, bend down thine ear. I mean, this is almost like a bowing kind of energy. And again, I don't see bowing down when it comes to me in prayer. Some people sit, right? Indian style. Some people bow down. This is not me talking about what anybody chooses to do. And it also, some people get on their knees. But it's funny, it says, bend down and hear my prayer. And I'm just seeing like this mothering moon energy. Oh Lord, and answer me. Even Harriet Tubman and her being at night and looking at the moon for guidance. I don't know, that energy is coming in. Because again, with religions, we got the perception of what they really are and what they're talking about from what they really are. And this is where all of these customs and things come from. It's not even really, it's like, again, allegory and symbolic and parables. So again, the physical aspects of religions, again, that part is man-made. The word is written, and again, sometimes it don't match once you start really going into what these words mean. It don't match the actions of what the word. So I go back to the word. I don't pay attention to what the religious cultures do, because I feel like, again, maybe we have some things twisted. So it's about my connection to source. It's about, again, the word, even not being on bread alone, but every word that comes out. So that living God energy and that living goddess energy, or knowing that you have something within you that, again, can't be compromised, a sense of knowing, right? That's what stops me from feeling as though I can say that, I'm giving everything. That's like giving your soul to an energy that is a Lord instead of God. And that for me, don't make no sense, right? So I can see kind of like the details of it. But again, the devil sometimes is in the details. And so I'm just looking at this, okay? So protect me from death, for I will try. Okay, so I will try. So this is just, somebody trying to follow all your laws. Save me, for I am serving you and trusting you. So again, there is a energy here when it comes to, again, a divine counterpart. Okay, like I said, that matter of fact, it's kind of confusing, because it's two where it's going back and forth like that. And so again, when we're talking about even that there was no one to reign on the earth, right? So almost it's like for the earth to be able to reign properly in her, again, feminine energy, possibly masculine as well, right? Honoring thy mother and father, but of the earth, right? But of the, heavens. It's something I'm just getting here, okay? That something happened in that Genesis. I don't know if it's 6 or not, okay? But again, it's that aspect of there has to be control over this, and it also brings me back to a sovereign, ordained image of a Queen of Scots, Mary, and then the energy of Elizabeth, which was like a soul reign. Because she didn't have, she wasn't with anyone. And I'm, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, this energy right here, as a collective or whatever, I feel is going back and forth between divine masculine and feminine, right? Be merciful, O Lord, for I am looking up to you in constant hope. So again, I feel as though this is going on with me in the energy, and it's also going vice versa, the other way around with that energy. Give me happiness, O Lord, for I worship only you. Okay, but this part right here is the part that I'm just, for me, I serve the Most High Source. But for another energy that may be, again, in a dark place, right? So I feel like that energy is being projected on me, but I don't feel that way. So again, then that must have to do with the other energy, again, moving into the light, right? Or in that savior energy of a Christ, right? Bringing someone into that energy. Yeah, because for me, that would be me giving my potential power over to another God with a little g, or Lord or Lordess. And in my eyes, I can't see that unless we're just talking about a union, right, between a two. When it comes to that type of union, meaning as though it's almost like that song "I Belong to You" by, I don't know if it was Rome or Drew, somebody. Okay. or even that song. I do this because I don't know. Songs also, provoke thought for me. Okay, that's because it said in the other chapter a couple days ago we were reading. It said you're still mine, or if someone says you're mine. So it's also reminding me of that song as well. I think that music is something for us. It can be also looked at as a downfall, but it can also be spiritual to, again, indigenous people the same way, in healing, right? It can tear us apart depending on the type, and it can kind of heal nations as well, universally. Okay. So anyways, it says, "Oh Lord, you are so good and kind and so ready to forgive, so full of mercy for all who ask your aid." Okay. Listen closely to my prayer. Oh God, hear my urgent cry. I will call to you whenever trouble strikes, and you will help me. Okay. So again, when it comes to this energy here, that's where I've been. So we go right back into place though, because when it comes to that energy, this is the energy that I've been in when I've been going within, communing with source. Right now, this I can see. Listen closely to my prayer, oh God, and hear my urgent cry. Okay, so again, this is something that, yes, when it comes to that sense of a father that art in heaven, right? That energy, yes, because we're talking about, oh God. But this whole part about Lord, I worship you only, for me, this is what I do with source. Okay. So where among the heathen gods is there a God like you? Where are there miracles? All the nations, and you made each one. Again, all the nations, you made each one. So again, this is also giving me a feminist goddess energy here. And no wonder why it's trying to, again, give us that energy of, a Muslim energy, because it makes it so the woman, again, is not supposed to speak, or she's not supposed to learn in these particular things. Okay, but if we look at it in another sense, when it comes to American Muslims and within indigenous communities, it's just keeping, they have their customs, put it like that, but it doesn't seem as harsh. Now I know it's like Sunni and another type or whatever, and Sharia think law or whatnot. So again, symbolically and spiritually, the face coverings in America is, again, oppressing and suppressing women from speaking to me. Okay. Where again, overseas, we see an actual official cloth being put on somebody's face. And this is what I'm saying as to what is the word saying and what we're really talking about and what's really going on. So you get the spiritual essence or sense of it here, but you see that physical aspect of it there. All right? You see what I'm saying? Duality. Almost as above, so below, but again, across in, you know what I'm saying? It almost like that energy of duality, okay? Yin yang or whatever, okay? All right. So again, this whole thing about bowing down, for you are great, and great miracles, you alone are God. So again, in that sense, that's what I feel like here, this energy here, because again, I believe that, yes, I am, the Father is dwelling in me, period. Mine. And I think when we get binded or bound or blinded, that it also, we look at God in a certain sense. And I think also that can be blinding or disrupting a connection of you getting a real commune between you and source. right? And it could be outward things. It could be sorcery. It can be other things. It could be things that, again, you may be doing alone that may be creating that blockage there, right? So that's why I like to take all the pieces and see where we fit, okay? All right. So again, but now we're going back into this energy, because just within the past 24 hours, this is where my mindset was. Tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. Right. But then again, what are we talking about between the Lord? Is it best to then go ahead and be with the Lord than God at that point in time? What are they trying to say that God is right here? Which one? You see? Which one? Right? So that's that whole, and it's talking about, trust and everything like that, like trusting. But again, that's when discernment, right, and wisdom and that knowledge, and again, when it comes to the energy of wisdom, being the one that has gone through all the motions under the hand of a particular God, or gods, plural, right? Okay. So again, we're talking about mixing of all of the gods coming from the womb of that particular portion of earth, which would be the Americas, the old world. And so what are we talking about? Then who is God then? Who can birth babies? So now we have it in a sense where we have this energy of this masking of women, and then these messages are coming out. And I told you guys, this is what I feel like it is to block that type of energy as to what is the aspect of a living God. Also, when it comes to status, and also when it comes to who's living on this plane and going through the motions, while her consort would be in her mounted, or again within her crown, or with that coronation or corona. So, I'm seeing it in that particular light. So for me to bow down to any energy on this plane would be a disrespect to my God. And is this where humanity went wrong in the first place? Because then we deal with all these other aspects that are not a problem with them. Again, I'm not here to judge in that sense. But again, if one thing is toppling over the other and having full strength over the other, and this dissecting and can we use degradation to a nation, right? Or a certain group that somebody wants to wipe out so that they can no longer be a nation, because they're speaking against the very things that go on in some of these religious institutions, then that could be a problem. And then there is also now all these weapons of mass destruction pointed at the dome of the Capitol, or that particular energy. That is me. And possibly others like me when we're dealing with other capitals on that scale. But there's only one true temple. Now, source can maybe go throughout different temples, right? Because states have capitals as well. But the main capital building, temple structure is that. Even makes me think about Israel and him being in that temple. That's the main house, because the Father's house has many mansions, right? Or many buildings, or many capitals, right? Which may be why Israel had so much of a problem with, again, source, connection to source. Because again, while these militias have had a hold on this energy for 20 something years, what I'm keep hearing when it comes to this Afghan issue, what are we talking about in the spiritual realm? What is that blockage? What is happening now, right? That people, the lioness, right? Or even the elephant, right? Is being awakened, or remembering and waking and rousing the nations, right? So again, we see what has happened. I can only give you, again, my take on this from my journey of trying to wake the masses from all situations, no matter who gets mad, and being able to do so. And so I think that at this point, someone has came up with some kind of plan in order to silence or end it. So again, when we talk about that death, it could be a spiritual death, it could be of legality, it could be of blocking from people from their thrones, and it can also be, again, a physical death, as of any other greats that have come and woke up at the end to see what they were being used for at a certain time, and realizing what, again, that waking, and soon after comes death. Now, if these, right? Okay. And death can also just be a disappearance. So within that dome, we're talking about a lot of things going on. So a lot of people can target those things and make them look as though it's not that much strength riding there. And again, you kill that, you kill God. And then you wonder why you'll be in the situations that you're in. Is how I look at it. That's my take on it. Okay? Because it said something about religious, I don't know why I have religious, hold on, let's see, religious service here. Okay? So again, tell me where you want me to go, and I will go there. And so again, this is another part of that energy, as if it almost feels, for me, for the past couple of days, like a trickster thing, as if there's someone else creeping up on the throne in a sense. But again, there can only be that one true, so they can plop who they want there. But at the end of the day, there's only that one true. And I feel like I am that I am. And so at the end of the day, that will never change, whatever they decide to do. And if you don't represent in that manner, you think Source wants you not to represent in that manner when you have to? It's almost giving me that Mufasa energy where he told Simba, why'd you do that? I don't do like that, and I don't use that, my roar, or I don't do it that way unless I have to. And in this time, if that's what it is, it is. That's what that energy is today. All right? All right? So with all my heart, I will praise you, and I will give glory to your name forever. So again, this is a forever thing. Almost like I want this thing forever. Okay, for you love me so much. You are constantly so kind. You have rescued me from deepest hell. Again, and I feel like that is a dual motion for a divine and feminine and masculine energy outwardly, but also that love for yourself that comes from within, right? That also, even when you get your cup full with that particular type of love, right, and it's flowing over, then it can flow into that of the other vassal or vassals. And so again, it's almost like that energy of taming two beasts that have had whatever they had, but together equally taming it, right, in a sense where there's unity with it. There's a union, a renewal of a union. I don't know what we talking about, but I think I do. You see, like, okay, all right. All right. So again, oh God, proud and insolent men defy me. Violent, godless men are trying to kill me, but you are merciful and gentle. Lord, slow in getting angry, okay, full of constant loving kindness and of truth. So look down in pity and grant strength to your servant and save me. Send me a sign of your favor. When those who hate me see it, they will lose face because you help me, because you help and comfort me. So again, that I feel is that dual energy, that companionship that's going on in that temple, in the temples. Which, it also makes me, but there's two instances here that I'm thinking of. One with like some type of dinner, right? A Last Supper, again, with of the earth almost. And then I also see one as in a point of being exalted in the heavens in a sense. And, I don't know. And I don't know about saving face or like, again, a union that will, again, I just see that divine, hopefully this is not the first time somebody is on this channel or they're going to be like, what in the world is she talking about? So again, this is like a vlogging, scrying, something thing that, again, we're just doing here to get a better understanding. It's almost like bringing someone to their proper place as a living god or goddess or empress, in a sense, to their full destination. Even if it's just that as I wouldn't even say consort, or just that energy of a reaching back, right? So anyways, we're going to stop there. I was going to, so it's almost like, right? When it says they've taken a treaty, I don't know, something made me think about the infrastructure bill, so I'm going to go back and look at that. But then also it made me think about treaties, because really you think of treaties, when I think of treaties, I think about olden days, right? But also I found one treaty here that was interesting on the first day of the first month, which brought me back to a Bible scripture that I haven't picked up yet, right? So I want to check out that one. And then also I found this here. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with this now, but I'm looking at this, this here on Congress Gov, HR 7608. And I thought that it was very, I'm going to go into it off camera and then possibly come back, right? But it says state, right? So a state reminds me of an estate or an estate. And an estate also reminds me of heirs, right? Or heraldry, lineage, right? Again, and everybody's getting a piece of the pie, but in my eye, and cut off the cornerstone, right? But in my eyes, it's official to me that there's one true energy of that union or that world order, right? It's what I see it as, okay? But anyways, it states state, foreign operations, agriculture, rural development, interior. So again, interior, just for fun, let's just look at one, okay?